من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليك يا رسول الله. The first verse that we recited tonight, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us another order of business, another command. Notice, my dear brothers, when you read the Quran, Quran is do and don't. That's what the Quran is about. Do and don't. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to do something because it's good for us, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us don't do something because it's bad for us, it's as simple as that. And Allah in the Quran said, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ. Doesn't Allah know what He created? He made us. He created us. So He knows more than we know for ourselves what is good for us, what is bad for us. So this command, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول. Allah does not like that we say bad words. سوء من القول. Any words that's bad that comes out of your mouth, Allah does not like it. Allah hates it. How many of our brothers and sisters use foul language, especially when we speak English? I saw many young women in their 20s, they use the word F as it's like every other word, they say the same word. Allah hates that. So what better than Ramadan? See, Ramadan, food and drinks is halal, isn't it? But in Ramadan, from sunrise or from 4:15, 4:16 in the morning, all the way to 8:40, we do not eat, we do not drink. That means we have the capability of doing that, of abstaining from eating or drinking, although it's halal. How about the haram? Saying bad words, it's haram. Sometimes I speak to brothers and every other word is F. Subhanallah. This is haram. So this is a training in Ramadan. Every time you remember that can spoil your fasting. If you use foul language, that can really ruin your fasting. And the Prophet ﷺ warned us, he said, رُبَّ صَائِمٍ لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ صِيَامِهِ إِلَّا الْجُوعُ وَالْعَطْشُ. Some of us fast, and the only thing that he gets out of fasting is being hungry and being thirsty. But his fasting does not pass that. So you imagine 17 hours you're not eating or drinking for nothing. So that's why Ramadan is a month of training. It's to train yourself not to foul your mouth. And if you do, make istighfar and try to not to use these words. Train. It's a training. You know, everything in life you can train for. We're not born with the specific gifts, but the Americans say repetitions is mother of skills. If you keep doing something over and over and over, you become so good at it. So if you keep abstaining from foul, every time you catch yourself saying something, you say, A'udhu billah, astaghfirullah al-azim. This is from, now in Ramadan is from yourself. It's not shaitan. Shaitan is locked up. It's just from your behavior. So you have to work on that. So does Allah make an exception for fouling your mouth? Yes, He does. See, Allah, He knows us. He said, إِلَّا مَنْ ظُلِمْ. Except that person who's been oppressed and dealt unjustly against. Then if he just out of frustration said a bad word, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted. He does not get upset with him. So Allah said, لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول إلا من ظلم. What's the end of the verse? Always watch for the end of the verse. وكان الله سميعا عليما. And Allah hears all things. And He's knowledgeable of you and everything that we do. So my dear brothers, the message is simple, and I'm going to give you today 12 minutes for break, is watch your mouth. For this month of Ramadan, train. If you use bad language, try to abstain from that. And how do we do that? We remind one another, because al-Muslimu mir'atu akhi. We are mirrored to one another. So if one of us say a bad word, not in public, but just take him aside and say, brother Ali, you fasting, aren't you? Yes, this is Ramadan. I heard you saying that's not appropriate. Could you please try to abstain? Especially if it becomes vocabulary with you. It becomes like a normal thing. I have one of my relatives. She's a girl, she's about 22, and that's all what she does. I can't sit with her, because she became that way. Every other word is cursing. It just is for a young woman, it's so ugly, so bad. And also from a man, it's the same thing. So inshallah, brother, promise in yourself, dua, to correct that character, but not using bad language, and watch for backbiting people. Jazakumullah khair. Inshallah, we'll leave you now for 12 minutes.